just isn't too afraid. I mean, Quest Mage has quite some polarized matchups and can definitely get a win against Priest.
Oh,
double Dragon
Xixo, you are my hero. I love this deck so much. That free from Amber in Xixo's deck probably means this is the Grand Archivist Priest, which is...
and Spiteful Summoner.
Spiteful Summoner, yeah. So you don't play any spells, you just play free from Amber and Mind Control. Those are your only spells. And then, so your Spiteful Summoner pulls an 8-drop or a 10-drop. Your Archivist either plays a free from Amber or Mind Controls one of their dudes.
I didn't play this deck, but it looks great.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. I was actually playing a version that was almost exactly... like net decked Tempo Rogue, but transferred to Priest. It had like Keleseth in there, Fireflies, etc. But yeah, the Dragon actually looks a little bit stronger. Sam, have you played any of this deck?
I haven't, but Xixo seems to like it.
He seems
has
to like...
Hunter, that's basically the same deck.
Yeah.
Just minions, Call of the Wild. Priest, just minions. Mind Control.
Oh, and Corridor Creep again.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's a Hearthstone deck, so we're playing Corridor Creeper in it. That's how the game works now.
Pretty sure 0-mana 5/5s have been good since a while.
Yes.
It's a good draw.
So it looks like Radu on the other side is just playing Divine Spirit Inner Fire version instead, but quite rightly breaks up his combo, just uses Inner Fire to take ball control. The Cleric Stalemate's always pretty annoying in Priest Mirror, so if you can break it in your favor, that's a pretty big win.
Xixo is playing so fast, and that's coming from me.
I mean, I don't think yet. Well, I guess it's just right in the Priest Mirror to use one Inner Fire like that. You still got another one.
No, that was Radu that did it, right?
Radu, oh yeah.
It's just right to kill the Cleric.
Okay, yeah.
It was really good.
But Xixo didn't have options either, really. They're both kind of playing fast so far.
Looks like he's going to get run over pretty quick here, though. The Dustbreaker is a dead draw in this spot. I think this is one of the reasons why perhaps Dustbreaker has been a little bit overrated. Like, some people straight away were just like, oh, this is like the most broken card we've ever seen in Hearthstone.
I played it a little bit and I didn't like it as much.
Yeah, like sometimes it's genuinely worse than a 4-mana 3/3, right?
Yeah.
Like just a vanilla 4-mana 3/3, because you're Dragon Priest. You're trying to play like huge stats and be ahead on the boards.
It's just also, it's just great in Dragon Priest, but Dragon Priest in general might not be as good as Rasa and Big Priest. Or, I mean, I guess it's fine, but it's only Dragon Priest that can really make the maximum use out of Dustbreaker.
Xixo did draw his comeback mechanic Spiteful Summoner, which could actually be a big impact in this game.
I mean, get a Tyrion, get a Lich King, get Ragnaroth.
Those are all 8-drops, yep.
Or you just, what's the best 8-drop that he can get even?
Probably is just Tyrion at that point.
Yeah, Tyrion.
No, the worst 8-drop.
Oh, the worst. Okay.
Like, even if he gets the 4/7, that's actually one of the best. The 4/7.
Right, yeah. You just chain it into Archivist.
It's total on 4 right? The 5/4.
Yeah, right.
That's what we
Or Anomalous is always the big punish, right?
Oh.
With 8s.
But then he resets the board, right?
Yeah.
But now he's actually ahead.
Let's just see. This deck is exciting to watch. I've not really played it a lot. I feel like it wasn't really used. I didn't really see it until the last few days. On later, I don't know who started playing that Priest deck.
I have no idea.
I think some Asian guy.
It was who?
Some Asian guy.
Oh, okay. I was watching Raven play on stream, and he lost to it at like rank 5, rank 4 or something, and I was immediately like, okay, I'm like reverse engineering building this deck because it looks insane.
It looks insane until you draw the second Mind Control and you just don't have spells anymore in the deck. But
But 10 drops are not that great anymore, right?
They're mediocre. It's like there's no real middle ground with 10 drops. They're either insane or they're garbage, right?
But I mean, this is still a solid 6-drop, right? A 7/5 and a 4/4. I don't think you're too mad about that if you get to that point.
I do think the Grand Archivist is actually much more important in this deck usually. It won't be too good for Xixo in this spot because it actually consumes the spell when it casts it. So you only get to cast like the amount of spells that are remaining in your deck. But if you have them all in there, it's actually like a persistent threat that your opponent has to kill. Like they have to kill a 5/7 the next turn or they lose, which isn't the easiest thing in the world to do. But Xixo doesn't have enough spells left in his deck for it to really be a huge deal.
I believe it's also kind of awkward to play around it because you kind of want to have a lot of minions on your board before that turn 8. Because if you just have one big guy and you want to play around a mind control on turn 8.
Yeah.
Ah.
This turn felt bad. Oh, wow. Do you just play the Dragonid Operator?
It's looking very much like it.
He's not playing Shadow of Death, though.
Right, yeah, once you've seen the Spiteful Summoner list, you're pretty confident that like there's no Death, there's no Dragonfire Potion, there's no Pains, Potion of Madness, like none of that stuff is in there. So.
Yeah, I think he's considering to go wide on board to maybe play around a mind control, and not play a big guy now, because again, that could be a devastating tempo swing.
I guess that makes some sense. So he's just going to heal, play Nether Spite?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I like this. Yeah, RDU definitely knows what's up with the deck if he's making this play, right? Like, he knows what Xixo is.
That's a really insane discover, another Operator. Or Deathwing, but I don't think so.
Yeah, it's Operative, Dustbreaker, Deathwing. Sure. Seeing it on the screen right now. Semp just noticed where he can see that.
I was staring at the streaming screen and I was like, how do you see that?
The look of recognition was beautiful there as he finally...
Oh, yes. This is right. Oh, he picked Deathwing.
Spiteful Summoner, Shadow Ascendant, Curious Glimmerroot. Those are your options. Spiteful Summoner, quite a lot worse for your deck than it is for Xixo's. There you go.
Yeah.
Nailed it. If he doesn't start fighting for board, though, like if he keeps slow playing to play around the mind control, like he's just going to walk into the free from Amber anyway.
Yep.
Right? That's the struggle with this deck. If you slow play to beat the mind control, well, they just like summon a huge 8-drop or 10-drop with free from Amber anyway. Like...
This deck looks so sketchy.
Sketchy is a good word for it.
I kind of like it though. Like when I initially saw all those cards with Recruit and reveal spells in your deck, it looked like it would be a lot more high rollish than it actually is. Because in the end, you just play a lot of stuff that synergizes well with it, and it's somewhat consistent.
If you only play high rolls, you can't low roll, right?
Yeah.
Pretty weak options.
Yeah.
Twilight Drake is decent with the hand size. Primordial Drake is pretty much just going to get farmed. Like it's not going to have an impact on Dragon Priest minions.
And it's also too expensive, right?
Yeah.
You still have Divine Spirit in your hand.
Right.
So Twilight Drake should be the pick.
You don't really want to be spending 8 mana on any individual minion when your opponent plays Mind Control, if you can avoid it.
Nice. He didn't fail the IQ test.
What a world we live in, when Glimmerroot discovers Free from Amber and it's the correct choice.
It must be confusing though, to sometimes have a Discover card and then sometimes have the Glimmerroot.
On ladder, you play versus someone that plays this deck, and then you get a choice of picking Shadow Reaper Anduin. Oh, he's playing this? Nope.
Nope.
Oh, wow. That means the 8-drop probably won't cast anything.
Is there an Amber left?
He played Amber, right?
He cast 1 Amber from the Spiteful
Oh, yeah,
Summoner,
that's the
which
question.
doesn't
But does he
use
play
it.
2 or 1 Amber?
I think
don't
you
know.
play 2. You play 2, yeah.
Like
I think I've seen versions with only 1.
Oh,
but
really?
Yeah. I mean, if there's only 1, that would be quite devastating.
I'm controlling the Tark Reaper.
Now he has a board clear.
So he's going to try, yeah, he's going to clear, trade it, and kill the 4/7. Yep, this makes sense. Couldn't do that the other way around. Story checks out.
Deathwing, let's go.
I'm pretty sure you still try to bait out something. Like, Deathwing is probably not something Xixo will play around, and you know there's mind control in the deck. Like, there are so many ways for you to get mind control there, either if it's in the hand or from the H up. But I think he's right now trying to bait it out, going for an H up, baiting out that mind control, and then maybe just going for the Deathwing.
But if you would try to bait out a second mind control and play Deathwing, then Deathwing dies.
Yeah, you can't bait it with an Obsidian statue. That doesn't work very well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Not with Obsidian statue, but yeah.
This is a pretty sick turn. Cleric, heal, Bone Man. Seems solid.
It should just be really hard for RDU to come back on board against another deck that has dragons when you only AoE Dragonfire Potion. So I kind of feel like he's planning on making the comeback with maybe Deathwing.
Yeah. Xixo does draw the second Amber.
Not great.
Okay, so I guess he has a 8 mana for 7 in the deck now.
Yeah. I mean, if he's playing it as well, there's no certainty that he's playing it. Right?
Yeah,
I mean, it makes a ton of sense with this deck that you play that as well.
Wasn't it right to heal the Twilight Drake and Bone Maid at 3/3? Because you're gonna trade anyway, right?
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Like he lost 1 power on board and...
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
you
is
could
weird.
have had 1 more power on board.
And, yeah. It would have also been healable for the turn after that.
Yep.
Doesn't matter, though. Guess he missed 1 damage phase.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world that Xixo's drawn all his endgame spells, because at least he's having stuff to do that's powerful in all of these turns, but obviously you'd much rather have these things cast for free by a 5/7.
Dragon Catch is the pick, right?
I mean...
Looks like RDU's actually just going to grind this out, honestly. Like, if he never gives a, like, total board swing to the mind control.
The Dragonid Operative was just insane this game.
Yeah.
It usually is when you play it. A 5/6 that lets you discover.
Yeah, wie smart.
It's not too bad for 5 mana.
Oh, and another one.
What do you buff here? Let's go buff the Twilight Drake. Could have got the Operative outside of the range where Sea Giant trades into it. And then his Twilight Drake would still be a 4/1 after the trade, right? Even if he didn't buff it.
I think he just doesn't want to have one big guy against mind control.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. But if the mind control is out, he'll won the game, right? So maybe baiting the mind control was good. But
Yeah, but I think he's in a comfortable position. I don't know.
like
He's just kinda running long cards.
he still has so many cards in his hand.
Yeah, this is looking pretty much over. RDU's done a really good job, honestly, just not walking into that mind control. He's probably got like a really solid hand read, because you could look at it on a surface level and be like, well, he's already played 1 mind control. How likely is it that he has the second one? But that card's been sat there doing nothing forever.
Exactly.
So he's probably got a decent read that it's there, and he's played around it really well.
Yeah. It's just quite likely to... I mean, you either have the mind control in hand or you have one of the Grand Archivists in hand.
Yeah.
I guess that's what he's assuming, and therefore it's just worth it to play around the mind control the right way.
Holy Smite is a pretty solid pickup for Lyra. I guess he had the 1/3 to trade in anyway. Wasn't a big deal.
So how is Xixo going to come back?
He is not, Casey.
No.
There it is.
The 8 mana for 7, here we go. I mean, there's no way he runs a Dragonfire Potion, right? And somehow clears that board here.
Nope. You just can't.
Yeah.
Destroys your own board of Grand Archivists. Yep, Xixo just doesn't even bother. There's actually some weird interactions with that card, because if there's no legal mind control target, you will always cast the free from amber. So if your opponent has no minions on board, you never cast mind control and whiff. It always casts free from amber. And then the next level of that is if you've used the free from ambers, it will just cast nothing. And then your opponent can think that you've got no spells left in your deck when you actually still have the mind controls. It's really strange card.
Okay.
But yeah, I honestly think we will see a lot more of that deck coming forward. I think it's actually very strong.
That's good to know. I definitely didn't know that.
But Xixo now has to counter queue with the Hunter that we saw him farm with in the previous series. And this is just outright aggression. But again, I mean, this just seems like how you build aggro decks these days, right? Like you have your super low curve, then you have one expensive spell and Spiteful Summoner. Like that just seems to be how you play aggro now, which is really strange to me. We see it with like Dino Size in Paladin, with the 7-mana spell in Warrior, in Pirate Warrior as well. Like it's just crazy. Spiteful Summoner is just a really nutty card.
Could you even play it in like Shaman? Because I'm thinking of more stuff. You played a 4. You could get 3 4/7s from the Spellstone.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of more decks because like obviously Priest seems to be the first option that you think of with 3 from Ember and Mind Control because it can't really go that wrong. But yeah, not every class has that tool where they have a big mana spell that can't backfire. Like I don't think I would play it with Pyroblast and Mage.
Right.
Yeah, no. You can play it in Rogue with Prep.
Sick. Casey's broken the meta.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make prep happen, Casey. It's not going to happen again. Miracle Rogue's bad forever now. You're just going to have to accept it.
Well,
I actually,
with Priest and Warlock being strong, I think Miracle could be in a solid position, but I don't think a lot of people brought Miracle.
Yeah,
obviously, so far haven't seen anything.
No.
I'm just trolling Casey. I think Miracle's fine.
I think it's really good, but I had no balls.
I mean, Rogue is always favored against everything, right?
Yeah.
When Casey plays it, yeah.
Except
any Rogue player will tell you.
No. Sometimes you lose and sometimes you win.
Thanks for the analysis.
No. Xixo is doing great this game. The only question is, do you play Direwolf and protect your poisonous guy?
Or just use your mana efficiently.
I feel like 4/3 Untargetable is a card I quite like playing against Priest. But there is Dustbreaker now, which is the answer to all of these problems. But RDU does not have it.
Dustbreaker would be insane.
I do like that Xixo disrespected it, though. Like, he didn't have a play that played around it while actually being powerful. So he just shut his eyes and went, yeah, all right, if you have Dustbreaker, I probably lose on the spot. But I lose on the spot by not developing here, so...
Yep. You just play Bear Shark and go face.
I'm a fan.
Same. I like hitting them.
I think trading is fine. Like, he's probably just trying to stall the game until his power turns with the Spiteful Summoner and the Grand Archivist.
He could be nearly dead now.
It's true. I'm guessing, like, by playing the long game, Xixo just doesn't actually have to coin Spiteful Summoner if he picks up a decent play, so he can go Summoner into coin Archivist and just keep the pressure up much longer. But no, he's going to coin Summoner. Makes sense. Let's get a 9-drop. Screw it.
It's play this game.
Okay. Oh, what a surprise. Call of the Wild. What a high roller.
So lucky. He just hits Call of the Wild every time.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's fun.
Well, it's not that interesting. Not when there's a Shadow Word Death. See, this is the issue now. Now that was able to be dealt with. Okay, Razormaul's a great draw to give him something to do this turn. But like now that was dealt with, he was stuck doing nothing.
Yep.
Having coined it out. Maybe it is just too powerful for you not to coin it out in theory, but I don't know.
I mean, the alternative just wasn't that great, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this was a great turn. I think Xixo is going to pass.
The ultimate insult.
Wow.
Xixo sat there just like, just give me a play, just give me a play, any play, any play. Oh, it's patches. Okay, well, I guess I did say any play, but come on, game.
Not patches. Let's play 8 mana Call of the Wild. Is this good?
8 mana Call of the Wild.
I mean, unfortunately, you can't charge your Huffer, I guess, because it's at the end of the turn,
yeah.
which for Call of the Wild makes it slightly less good. But I'm pretty sure those are still good stats for 8 mana.
Yeah, fine, right?
We are having some spectator issues on the top side, it looks like.
Yep.
Because Radu's still at top 6. Actually, Sam, if you can you just leave the spectator and rejoin?
All right.
Hopefully that'll sort out.
I gotta rejoin Radu, right?
Radu, yeah.
It's not open.
Semph is on it. Yeah, just ask for invite.
He's on busy, right? Oh, Primordial Drake. I guess Xixo lost.
Yeah, Primordial Drake was pretty savage there. That's why I got confused. I was like, wait, he has Primordial Drake in his hand, and then looked at his mana cost and he only had 5. I was like, what the hell's going on? It's like Spectator just bugged out on that side. Hopefully we can get it fixed. Radu might not want to be disturbed until the end of this game, so he might not accept the invite until afterwards. We'll figure it out.
But it was a great turn for him.
I know this kind of has to carry Xixo through now, right? There's not anything he has left as much endgame.
There's a patches in his hand.
Yeah. 3 mana total value from 3 cards. Not sure if that can carry you.
It's not looking good, and that is looking like it's
There's
going
a
to be
bottom
game
right.
ending. There's the concede. Hopefully we can get Radu to re-accept our spectator, so we'll be back in it. But that game was pretty much locked up as soon as Xixo ran out of steam, basically. As soon as Radu was able to Shadow of Death and Nosdormu off the Spiteful Summoner, that was basically it. And Xixo just like completely whiffed a turn straight after that, right?
No, he did draw patches.
He drew patches, yeah. Unlucky.
I mean, the Hunter deck evolves around letting Call of the Wild carry you, I guess.
Yes.
And Dragonfire Potion is just a good way to deal with it.
Right.
Not
Well,
bad.
it's like Call of the Wild is the backup plan, right? Because you're essentially playing Face Hunter, and then if Face Hunter doesn't get them, then the Call of the Wild can just squeeze it out at the end.
Yeah.
Is someone injured?
Oh, Flame Ember versus Northshire.
So as expected, it's looking like Xixo's lineup is full aggro. Like I'm assuming that the Paladin is either aggro Paladin or Murloc Paladin, right?
Yep.
Like it's almost certainly one of those two things, which means he's brought quad aggro to this tournament. And none of them are mage, actually. That's interesting.
Yeah. Maybe it's his 5th deck.
Could well
We
be.
don't know the 5th deck yet.
That's true.
He also doesn't play Rogue.
How's that Potion of Madness this turn?
I wouldn't complain.
Not in his hand. Oh, wait. You win this time. No.
Took Divine Spirit. He was offered Silence as one of the choices, I believe, which could have been something to potentially play around this Councilman because he didn't have an answer.
No.
But decided to just go Divine Spirit instead. Now he's actually kind of back in a rough spot again because his Twilight Drake just doesn't even contest this Councilman now. So
Yeah,
we're just
no.
going to have to go ahead and jam Tar Creeper instead.
Also, he wants to play Dragon Knight over Red if next turn and just needs that dragon in hand.
Mhm. Well, time to draw some cards.
Seems good.
You don't have to pay a card for it even. Just cycle through.
So Xixo's trying to work out if there's any reason to tap first over playing the ones, but
I don't think.
playing the ones is just more flexible, right? Like you're tapping, you're leaving yourself with 2 mana anyway. I was thinking about whether to coin the Dreadlord. Okay.
It's gonna line up well as a 4-5 against
Yep.
the 3-4 Tar Creeper.
And saving the coin for Blood River Golden is also a little bit too slow.
I think he's probably going to need Gul'dan to win this game the way it's going, though. Which I honestly think is kind of rare in Zoo. Like, I'm actually quite confused about Zoo just playing a 10-drop that sits in your hand the whole game, because I don't think it's that relevant in a large majority of games.
Yeah, that's true. But Gul'dan is just so powerful.
Yeah, of course. But then this kind of stuff happens.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a huge draw. And I think you... do you?
I mean, I guess if you leave the Dragonite Operative up, you might as well concede the Dragonfire Potion.
That's true, yeah. Lux out, doesn't discard the 3 best cards in his hand.
That's good. Sounds like a good play to me.
So yeah, Xixo is not willing to concede the series to Dragonfire Potion at this point. That's what that means. Right? And he knows there's still a Shadow Visions card in the hand. That Divine Spirit is a Shadow Visions card, which has a very high chance of being Dragonfire Potion.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
But like if he survives the mid game to Blood Reaver Gul'dan, he's just going to win. So he can play around a lot of stuff.
Is he though? Because if he doesn't get the Dragonfire Potion out first, he needs to have played a Doomguard to be able to like get a Gul'dan that's resistant to Dragonfire Potion, and he can't play a Doomguard without risking discarding his Gul'dan at this point.
The question is, isn't the hero power itself good enough to keep up trading?
Maybe. You might be right.
Yeah, that priest deck also isn't that typical control priest deck that just has a unlimited win condition in late game.
Right.
If you, maybe run a bit low on cards, draw the right combo pieces.
Oh.
Try the wrong combo pieces at the wrong time. Oh.
Temples.
But Onyx is a pick. Timberrose would have been fun though.
So now we are approaching the point where any high health minion that sticks to the board is just game ending, potentially, because Xixo's got himself so low. And this is a thing with Zoo now. Like, you get yourself down to like 12 HP so often with the amount of like self damage that you're playing.
BGH.
What would you do if you just nutted a BGH off the top?
I would have lost. It would have been great.
So yeah, you can quite clearly see Xixo's game plan here, right?
Yep.
Just trade it out, get the Gul'dan in play, go from there.
I mean, it's looking good so far.
Yep. Especially since Radu just whiffed incredibly hard this time.
Dragonfire Potion for next time.
Yep, there it is, right there.
I mean, he can still discover it next turn and still play it.
Yeah, exactly.
So I guess he just wants to get a Twilight Drag out now.
Yep.
At least it kills a minion.
How did he whiff again?
Yep.
He did. Oh.
So you play Power with Shield, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's try and find it the hard way.
No Mana of Fire in the deck, right?
Nope.
So he's somehow gonna have to win with minions.
Oh.
Okay. Was that the best draw in his deck? I think it was.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, because he can't imp Doomguard this time, right? He just cannot.
There's no way he's gonna play the Doomguard before Gul'dan. I just can't imagine.
And now that 5/6 being in play is actually super relevant because he now has game against the Dragonfire Potion I was talking about earlier.
Oh wow! It also messes up the Onyx just so much.
I mean,
you play it anyway.
Yeah, what else are you gonna play, right? You just need a 9 mana 8/8. Sick.
Oh wow. Do you even trade away the Onyx there? Probably.
Maybe like some Divine Spirit stuff is the only way you lose, because at this point the priest's low on cards and you have your Gul'dan coming up. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can trade it with 1/7/8 as well, yeah, because of the dread scale effects. Yep. Makes sense.
So Radu at this point just wants to get some information, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gonna get information that there's a Doomguard in there for lethal. I'm not sure how much it's gonna help him, but yeah.
Way, you play Doomguard in your zoo? What?
That's pretty uncool.
But he also sees the discarded cards, but I don't think that's going to be very surprising.
Flame him just rolls in and pieces out immediately. I have to go. My planet needs me. It's 2-1 now to Radu. Xixo has started the comeback with Zoo, and Zoo can honestly still run over a lot of Radu's lineup. He has that Quest Mage, which can definitely get beaten up very quickly by Zoo if he doesn't pretty much draw all 4 freezes. And then the Druid that I don't think we've seen yet, right?
From Xixo?
From Xixo. Did we see that?
No, from Radu, you mean no.
From Radu, yeah, sorry.
At least I didn't. I didn't watch the series versus AK Wonder. He did draw that quest again. So lucky.
What a god.
They have it every time on one.
Every single time.
Mulligan Wizard.
It appears that Xixo's quest is Flame Imp, because he appears to have that every single time as well.
Yeah, that's good.
Can you afford to take 6 from that? I guess Radu says that he can.
Well, against Sue, you don't actually need the entire combo, right? So I'm pretty sure he just wants to save that coin for the quest in general anyways.
Sure.
But I think against Sue, 3 sorcerers as Antonidas is often enough. Especially with all the self-damaging card at Sue.
Right. This always kind of used to be the matchup, even like way back in the Freeze Mage days. It's like you very rarely even needed to bother Alexing them, because they just did like 10 damage to themselves. You just Frost Nova Fireball, win the game.
Icelands feels bad.
Yeah.
or for every burn that you use defensively, they just get another tap in. And
yeah, exactly.
So if there's a Doomsayer pretty soon for Radu, he's probably just going to win.
Yeah, also Ice Plug's not up.
Look how much damage. This is turn 4, and he's done 9 damage to himself.
Suicide luck.
It's just Suicide Warlock. Yeah? Just get some Pit Lords in there. Why not? Let's just get it done.
There's no burn until the quest's over, so don't think he has to worry about 19 pings to the face yet.
Till the Hydra comes down. It's bad, man.
Xixo working out whether he wants to trade, I think, because like you can't trade once your minions are frozen, which means that your Corridor Creeper can sometimes just be restricted from being played. If they like continually Frost Nova your board, you end up stuck with a 7-mana 5/5 in your hand because you can never trade off any of your minions. So it can cost you power and damage over time if you don't start discounting it when you can.
But trading doesn't go phase.
That is a valid point, Kate. I take that on board. I'm a big fan of hitting them in the head.
Same.
I'm not sure how. It's very rarely correct, I guess, to trade against the Quest Mage. Just gotta kill them.
Corridor Creeper's a really good card, though, so...
Let's go.
Yep. And again?
Wait, is he not playing the Kelsa first?
No, is the answer to that.
Oh, that's
Like, those minions could have been buffed, but yeah.
Yeah, and then that Doomguard would be 6 damage from hand instead of 5 damage from hand. Which is actually a pretty big deal when your opponent's at 6.
Yep.
And now he taps last because he doesn't want to feel bad about a Kelsa.
Chat, order lol, please. All of it immediately. Thank you.
Pro player.
I'm pretty sure he's still true first.
Twitch would say right now, wow, this was lethal.
Alright, just put him to 1.
It's a barrier, he goes to 9, and then Bone Mare on the Doomguard will just kill him anyway. Yep, he is in trouble.
I hope you like my invention.
It's the best he's got, though.
Yep.
He's seen both Soulfires, so he knows Bone Mare is pretty much the only thing that kills him in this spot, but Bone Mare is what Xixo has.
Oh, Glacial Shard.
That's good stuff. Xixo right on the verge, running it all the way back with Zoo.
Vaporize would have been fun here.
Xixo saw it was a main deck secret, though, so I'm sure he wasn't playing around anything. Yeah. Goofy squares it up 2-2, and now it's going to be RDU's Druid going up against Zoo. And with the amount of just chunky stuff you play in Zoo now, like I don't even think like Spreading Plague automatically beats you anymore. No. You know, like, you've got a lot of like 5/4s.
RDU's Druid is an aggro Druid, though, I think.
Oh, you're right. We did see it, right?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, he opened with it. You're right.
It was the very first game on Steam
today.
Yes,
you are 100% right. There it is.
Your soul shall be mine.
Pretty sure that Golakka Crawler could have some impact on the turn 3 captain.
Yeah, maybe.
So we're keeping Golakka all the time. We're keeping Diamol all the time. Okay, I was going to say, how many of the swarms do you keep? Because I feel like Aggro Druid now, like, really wants an opening hand full of 1-drops. Like, they want every card in their opening hand to cost 1 wherever possible. So I was interested to see if he'd mulligan both of them, but he kept 1 and nailed the Mark of the Lotus anyway, so I guess GG.
I actually like Xixo's hand a little bit more.
Do?
His hand contains the card South Sea Captain.
Yeah.
Against Golakka Crawler.
And Corridor Creeper.
Yeah, that's true. That card's...
Okay, now I like his hand a lot more. Things changed dramatically.
No, he bumped into it. It was really good from him.
What does the bump play around?
Any buff, right?
Oh, wow.
Well, it's frozen.
Dead Coin Crypt Lord.
On the next turn, because he wants to trade it off himself.
Sure, okay.
Dead Coin Crypt Lord could bait the captain so well, because it looks for Xixo like he has a pretty smooth clear on it.
But then the Golakka Crawler comes in. Really
exactly.
Yeah. Which, if RDU is on the 200 IQ life right now, is a pretty interesting train of thought that could lead him to coining it out. But he's got a taunt and buff instead. Which, to be fair, makes him a 6 health taunt the same way. So I guess this can also bait the captain exactly the same.
It's just that a Crypt Lord kind of has a higher priority to be killed because of the health buff. But yeah, I don't dislike this either. Here we go.
Golakka versus Pirates. Who wins?
No reaction from RDU. Stone cold.
Reasonable tempo swing for a 2-mana card.
But look at Xixo's hand.
Yeah, that's also a reasonable tempo swing for a 0-mana card or 1 mana.
Now you just play Caliphate. Oh, Soulfire. Oh, good. Do you gamble and try to get a tap in?
What's the gamble? Like, what does it even improve?
No, you just Soulfire first and then you get a free tap in.
Sure. Yeah, fair enough. Well, in that case, you tap first. Right?
Yeah.
You tap first, then Soulfire, and then have better odds of keeping.
Now you discard Councilman, you're happy.
Yeah. Sure. In reality, that play was dumb. And you just do this instead.
Yes.
The scourge will devour all.
How much do you trade, if at all?
I don't think you trade.
Just go face, draw Savage Roll?
Yep. Or Power of the Wild.
Yeah.
I think Xixo comes out and plays Hellfire.
And you can still hit after. You can still kill the Corridor Creeper after you win face this turn, but...
RDU is just head in hands right now. I can see why. This is probably the most important turn of the series in terms of deciding who's going to win. Everything else has been pretty straightforward, but this is not obvious. Nice trade. I feel like I just like hitting face there.
Yeah,
there's a decent chance that like both 5/5s have to hit your 1/8, and then you just get to go face with all your minions again. Any buff you draw, like you're dropping Scalebane next turn, which is a huge amount of power. Seemed okay to me.
Oh, Doomguard.
Well, I don't know. But at the same time, had he gone face and he pushes 6 damage, but the 3/4 dies to a Soulfire,
Yeah.
I don't think it would have put him in a better position.
I know, with the Soulfire in hand, you're absolutely right. I don't think it would have put him in a better position. But I don't know, against like unknown range of your opponent's hand, I think I liked going face.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be smart because he drew Savage Roar. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, that doesn't matter.
Nah, that should be a hard one for Rado if he doesn't get something like a living mana soon here.
Yep. Like the game is actually over if he doesn't draw it. If. So now you play Doomguard next on your top deck Bone Mare.
Ah, you've played Zoo before. I see.
Yeah. I played a lot versus Crane. He went turn 5 Doomguard, turn 6 Cairn, turn 7 Bone Mare.
And the Cairn was like the one card remaining in hand that wasn't discarded to the Doomguard, right?
No off the
that's how it
top.
works.
0 cards in there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, even better.
Yeah, that bump is good, I think, but
Oh,
not sure how much it's gonna help.
Oh, hello.
Oh, wow.
all Xixo is back.
Feels good, man.
Just a reverse sweep with Sue, right?
Good deck. Yeah, it's just too late. The buff started coming out just one turn too late for RDU, honestly. That Power of the Wild and Savage Roar could have actually got some work done on any turn except the ones where he drew them.
He's still trying, but at this point with the Sue being ahead, top decking 2 cards a turn and the Warlock.
We were talking about this in the last series. It's so miserable playing Aggro Druid sometimes because you know you've lost, but you just have to keep playing because you can draw living mana and that just changes everything.
Exactly.
I don't even, like, at this point...
No, at this point you're done.
Yeah,
Just
I
dead.
can't imagine anything but the concede here.
Oh, this is a
Yeah,
good
that's
draw.
just leave.
Firefly nailed it. It's actually Xixo that is going to nail this series.